Execute.
Playing warrior?
Execute.
Orson's literally playing the trolley game.
Goes there.
Tis I.
Oh.
How goes it?
Dobek, nobody's queuing.
For what?
LFR.
Really?
But idling in the city, I'm getting 43 FPS
That's it?
on like max settings.
I would definitely tune that a little bit, but that's not too bad.
Well, those are max settings.
Yeah, that's max. You can
There's probably
probably
more
have
people in a
it.
town than in a raid.
Yeah.
There's more graphical effects going on in a raid instance, which is why I'm trying to get in one raid.
Well, depends. There's probably plenty of people with mounts and shit.
On a fight.
I mean, in town.
There's not a lot of effects going on. Mounts aren't really as good as model.
Yeah. Still have to be render, more textures, more shit. What is it?
Icons on Windows are .ico, right?
What? Icons are their icon, yes. Windows? I don't know. Oh, that's a graphical bitch. That is something. Actually, that killed him. Greatly, 30 damage splash kill. Okay, I got it somehow. I won the round, guys! Are you
What?
proud of me? I pushed the cart.
Wow.
Ah, what did it?
Okay. As soon as I like get into a questing zone, it's up to like 130.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be joining a world boss raid. That should be a good stress.
Yes. Should. That somehow worked. Quick fix. Sticky jumper demo, man. Ow! Oh well. Perfect. Ah. Peace. Is this the moment? Push them all back. Oh my god. I got doing bad.
I was gonna do something with that, but I didn't.
Job.
Okay, I gotta build off this wheel. I have to build an area for a kitchen. What does a kitchen look like?
It's level 1.
Well, I know how I'm gonna do that.
Carefully.
I'm going to use a tool to draw my line for me. Dig, circle.
That's cheating.
Okay, well, anyway, I mean, I dig, circle, set, 40, no, this is 51, 9, 261, oh. Not quite big enough.
Mission ends in
4, 2. Look, I just have to draw a circle, and I'm stupid to do that on my own.
Stone used GIMP.
I had to draw an arc, so I just drew a circle and erased the parts that I didn't want.
Wow, so resourceful.
Alright. Wow. Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Number 12. Why? Sam?
Meh. Meh, say, meh.
Bonus ducks!
Bonus duck. Really? It's not Halloween. Can't be duck.
Bob was quacking.
Those aren't bonus ducks, those are just regular duck. I could tell. I'm a duck expert.
Are you a duck expert, really? Can I see your degree?
No.
Why not?
It transcends reality. You wouldn't get it.
Are ducks not real enough? Are they beyond reality?
Ducks are real. The degree is. I mean, sorry. Let me rephrase that. Degree
Made it
is
up?
on another dimension. You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand.
My degree goes to a different school.
You wouldn't. You just wouldn't get it.
Just wouldn't get my degree.
Yeah, that should work. Looks questionable. That's the word we'll use. But I'm making. Wait. Can these fuckers get better at mining already?
Give them time. They don't have a degree unlike you.
Apparently. I mean, I'm running out of alcohol. That's kind of important.
Oh, yeah, dwarves run on alcohol, so you better fix that.
I mean, there's only 7 of them right now, so it's fine. I'm good for like a couple. So once I get migrant,
Do migrants come with supplies, or do they come to leech off of your supplies?
they leech off supplies, bring children that they don't food for, but they bring animals. Sometimes they're pets, so you can't just order them food.
Wait, do pets consume food? Is that an extra burden on your supplies?
No, if they're grazing animals, only grazing animals need to feed right now. The funny thing is, even in Dwarf Fortress, pandas are terrible. They'll only graze if there's bamboo within their.
So they're about as useful as they are in real lives.
Yeah, they die all the time. They're elephants and anything very large will probably die. Like most giant varieties of animals will die of starvation.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I could just get old and can't cut it anymore.
No, it's because of how the amount of food they need is like there's like a little formula for it. And really large animals get like need more food than they can possibly eat in the amount of time before they starve to death. So
So they
there's not
live
enough
short
food.
lives.
yeah, so they usually starve. So usually what I do is I just there's a grazing coefficient. Higher it is, the less amount of food they need. So I just raise it really high.
Wait, what? Are you making a game or something?
No, he's playing Dwarf Fortress.
Oh,
You can edit all the half the stuff in the game really easily. It's in a text file.
is that just something that you do in the game, or
Or you create the world,
is,
right?
is that like a smart hack or
Dwarf
something?
Fortress is an experience.
It's
It's not a game.
You would understand, dude. Just like Garry's
only-
degree, he transcends this world and
the
reality.
creator of the game describes it as, well, the goal for it at least, as a fantasy world simulator rather than a game. So here, let me just open up one of the init file.
Hey people, stuff here.
It's just bullshit. That's what it is.
Let me find init.txt.
Okay, why is it with Seth and what is it with the Merchants Guild? Why is that a meme for him?
Him? What do you mean him?
Merchants
You mean
Guild
them?
is code
In
for
quotations?
Patreon subscriber.
It's a Jew joke.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you go here, you go here. Wrong. Wait, no.
Out of everything Seth's done, that's your hangout. Not
No.
the fact that he commissioned 17 hentai pieces for the God's Hand review.
Dude, that was amazing. Okay, he's putting money into artists' hands. Like, I have no qualm with that.
Like,
I actually follow like half those boys on Twitter. They like all dropped their pictures like the same day that he put out the video.
Dude, he spent what, like $1,000 on commissions? Like, Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah, it's over $100 a photo.
one of them was like $280 or some shit. You can draw good tits and dicks. Make bank.
Basically, if you cater to the niche furry porn market, you can
No,
make a
this
lot.
is not furry porn. I'm talking about regular porn. Furry porn, you can
Yeah,
become a millionaire,
regular.
basically.
quote unquote. Here, let me see.
The
Here.
the 200 IQ of them have like separate accounts.
One for
You know,
furry,
so-
one for regular.
Yeah, so you don't like drive away business from people that don't want anything to do with.
Look at this amazing file.
That's smart.
And you know what else is 400 IQ? There's an artist that draws like 95% of their work is like smut, like absolutely degenerate pornography of fictional fantasy characters, most of it furry based. Blizzard featured some of their artwork in like a competition, but like one of their like 5 safe for work images. And the funny thing is that it's like a Worgen lady like going to town on a bird, so it's like implied vor.
Oh god.
But they were like,
Oh
you know
my
what?
God.
This is a nice piece of art. We're gonna feature that on our website. And then anybody like referred to any of this person's social media is just like in for a nice time.
Yeah, it's like check him out on Twitter. It's like, oh god,
Blizzard is now a bunch of furfags. Saying?
Blizzard made furries. What are you talking about? It's fucking Worgens.
I'm pretty
Furries
sure
don't-
bestiality existed before Blizzard.
Pandas. Pandas are way more furry than Worgen.
Yeah, I mean, Tauren don't count because they're basically just Minotaurs.
There's a lot of artwork of Tauren that makes them look not like their in-game model. So that's cheating.
All I'm
Make 'em
saying,
look like cows.
all I'm saying is I could add them to Dwarf Fortress and they would be terrible. I'd probably make them about... I was thinking of adding Orcs to Dwarf Fortress. That'd be good.
What about Smorks?
I could add those too. There's a guy I sometimes watch on Twitch who does Dwarf Fortress, and he has like a whole whack of add-ons that are mods that he uses. Like he has like tons of different creatures, and they're really easy to make because all you really have to do is change the descriptions and the sizes, and then you just make the. If you want to make them enemies, you just basically make them like, exactly like goblins. You just take the goblin text block and change out some stuff. I think, although one time I wanted there to be more humans in a world. So instead of humans giving birth to
Humans?
1 to 2 children, like 1 and rarely 2, it's like twins, I made it 11. So every birth was a litter of 11. The world I generated with that setup, there were only human civilization. Like
I wonder
they were
why.
everywhere. Yeah. Well, goblins are immortal right now because if they weren't, they would all die. There wouldn't be enough of them to declare war on anyone because they'd kill each other.
Sounds perfect.
Well, then they wouldn't be a threat.
So what is Seth's role play that he did in the last one about the Chinese game?
What do you mean roleplay?
So,
Like somebody called him, I have your feet picked. What? Who is this?
That MMO company commissioned him to do the review.
Yeah. So that was his joke in the video to kind of say, oh, this is why I'm doing this.
I got honeybees, guys.
Somebody
Nice.
blackmailed me.
We have your feet pics.
What? Who is
Who
this?
is this?
You have 2 weeks. I appreciate the dedication of having a trap Dakimakura.
Dude, like,
Have you seen his second channel?
you
The
could
one
not
video
have a
of it.
cover on it, but then it wouldn't have Felix's dick on it.
Dude, Felix's dick is important, okay? Fuck is this teleporter?
The dick only makes it better.
I mean, I like his second channel. It's just got the containment status video, and that's it.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, big containment. That's it.
Oh, that? Yeah.
It's just the cryo stasis pod. It's incredible what the technology the Merchant Guild can afford to sponsor.
I mean, they're the chosen people. There's no
They're
limits.
bugging off.
Yes, sponsorship. That's what we call it.
Simple sponsorship.
Alright, I need to make a Should I make a tavern?
Well, how often do you want your dwarves to get drunk, throw a party, and wreak havoc?
They'll do that anyway.
Build one.
The thing about taverns is, actually, people think there was a bug with taverns, where, like, dwarves wouldn't socialize if they were in a tavern because of like they would socialize, but they wouldn't get like stats for socializing. So like, you could never, because there was an issue where for a long time where dwarves would never marry, like no matter how long your fortress went on.
Now that seems like an issue.
I mean, whatever, but like.
Don't they need to marry to make babies? Or are they
Yeah, but a lot of dwarves,
promiscuous
the thing is,
sinners?
dwarves come to your fortress pre-married,
Oh,
so it's not like you're missing married dwarves.
just plug and
They come with
play
their children-
dwarves.
They come with their children and like, you know, their brothers and sisters and stuff. You know, they come with their families, and like sometimes, yeah, like there's an issue where they wouldn't be able to become friends with anyone because you could just look at a dwarf and check at all the relationships, and it would say who they know. And so, yeah. And then you can rig the elections for the mayor and stuff.
Nice.
But like, the thing is, the elections keep going, even if you don't, like you rig them by just setting someone as the mayor. But then the elections will happen, and someone else will get set as mayor anyway.
So you get 2 mayors?
No, it just kicks the old one out. So you have to like reassign him the old one as the mayor. Also, I just thought of something with the marriage thing. Having a child in Dwarf Fortress, the happiness bonus from that outweighs the loss of losing the child.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
So, say there's a dwarven mother in battle and she's pregnant. There's no way to know if she's pregnant, other than like the moment she gives birth.
Or miscarriages.
There's no difference. She doesn't act any different. She could give birth on the battlefield. You know, pick up her child that just fell on the fucking floor, and then smack a goblin over the top of the head with it, killing the child and the goblin in the process. She's happy because she had a child, but then she's sad because the child's dead.
But it doesn't matter.
She's more happy because the child was alive. Yeah.
Sounds like a bit positive to me.
Yeah, just like when you get your bike stolen.
Children in Dwarf Fortress are not that useful. They can
kill a goblin. They're good enough as blunt
their
weapons.
skull, yeah. Their skulls are fused when they're born, I guess. But yeah, I think they can do 2 things. They can move things in bins, and they can collect like the harvest from like farm plants. I think those are like
Child labor.
I think those are like kind of oversights, just due to how it works. Because with the farms thing, it just like it says all dwarves can harvest. Children are part of all dwarves.
Spee around.
Anyway, so I'm thinking tavern, but well, the thing about taverns is not about my dwarves. It's about like who else is gonna show up. This guy a legendary stonecrafter? He is. I also have
What
a
a
legendary
legend.
gem cutter. That means the other gem cutter gets to go fuck himself. Anyone have any knowledge? See, the annoying part about writing books in this game is you need critical thinker to do it.
That sounds
Even if
boring.
you don't know how to write. Well, you need the critical thinker stat in order to have a chance. Otherwise, your dwarf set as a writer or whatever, but he won't actually like do it.
Not even a diary? Something that does not require critical thinking.
No, books are just under book. They'll write about what they know, and I think they get there was plans. I don't know if it still is to like give them stats, read the book involved. So like you children book and they start learning about how to like do stuff. Pretty cool, I guess. This guy, what does this guy get demoted to? Wait, he gets to be the gem setter. I don't know what gem cutters are gonna do in my fortress or a
Cut
stone
gems.
I need to make a bunch of doors. So like, you get to be a doorman, a doormaker. Actually, no. You don't do that. You get to practice woodworking.
That guy had a buff.
The legendary stone worker gets to become a woodworker. Wait, I don't have any... Shit.
You don't have any shit?
I don't have any trees. I'm in a desert.
Well, just... I don't know, build everything out of cacti or some shit.
There's no
Yeah.
cacti either. It's
What kind of shitty dwarf builds with wood?
you can only make beds. Can only be made out of.
Make it out of stone like a real dwarf.
You can't make beds out of stone except. I mean, I guess you could mod it to do that, but like. What
Can
I
you
need
mod
to
in
do-
cactus?
No, cacti are in the game. They're not in this desert. It's
Huh.
less a desert. It's like. It's
Step-
midway between
steep?
like a wasteland and a desert. Like there's like the ground is half stone, half. I think it's in a mountain, but
Oh.
what I think I need to do is make things out of glass instead.
Out of glass.
I mean, I have infinite sand.
I don't think that fortress of yours is going to meet the safety and health standards.
Why not?
The second somebody smashes their face by falling, they're gonna get cut.
I'm gonna make a. You know, honestly, I'm really surprised I haven't died yet. Really, but what I'm gonna do is there's a necromancer's tower beside me, but
Oh well, that's terrible news.
goblin. But I mean, I think I'm safe for now. But you can basically make infinite amounts of glass. Make a few glass trap components to sell to the dwarves when they come here to trade.
How am I alive? How am I alive?
Okay, yeah, there's a holy shit. They wrote a lot of books about themselves. I guess that's what necromancers do, right? Artifacts rumored. There's like 24 of. There's another necromancer tower way up to the north. I don't.
Oh god. How do I jump with explosives?
Victory by the. Why did the dwarves have an artifact called Victory by the Human?
Why not, dude? Sounds interesting enough.
What are these human settlements have? I always forget what settlements. Because they like blend in. They
Oh,
keep
I didn't
the
mean to do
color of
this.
Whatever tile they're on, rather than like being gray or something. Wait, I'm at peace with the goblins. Some of them.
How are you at peace with the people who are supposed to be at war with everyone?
I don't think them being at peace actually stops from trying to murder you. I think it just means they aren't actually like planning for it. They just raid you.
Just peaceful aggression, I see.
How about I?
They're just a friendly. It's a skirmish. It's not a war.
Yeah, I mean, I love when the elves skirmish you because they come with like 100 of them and they call like just a little skirmish, and there's like 100 elves attacking you at once
Out.
with their shitty wooden weapons and stuff.
What is this?
It used to be really scary, but then there was an update that changed the properties of the wood. It changed the properties of weapons to like take on properties of material they used rather than being like set as whatever they are. So wooden weapons became horrible, like at night. Or the elven weapons became horrible because they no longer were like as sharp as like could hold an edge like steel, and they just like were useless.
Oh, what about whips? Can you tell me like they're the greatest weapons because light speed? I mean, sounds
Yeah, they're the
barrier.
greatest weapon in the world because of how the impact calculation works, and that Um, so a whip is obviously a long drip with a thing on the end, right? Now,
Yeah.
the impact point for the whip is a tiny little thing at the end of the whip, but it uses the entire weight of the whip for the calculation.
Plus the speed, and it breaks the barrier of sound.
So they're basically shooting you with a gun. It's not that scary for enemies to use, and it's not as scary as it used to be. But, like, when you're a player using it, it's ridiculous. The only thing is you can't actually make whips dwarves. And humans have slaves too, and well, they can have. No. Humans have randomized ethics.
Just like in real life.
Randomized.
Yeah, the dwarves, elves, and goblins have set ethics, but the humans are random. So they can have some really questionable ethics.
It's like IRL, dude.
Yeah. I don't actually know anything about any of the civilizations right now because.
You haven't met them?
Oh wait, I can go to them. I only know 2 dwarven civilizations. No, I know my place. I know my place that rules over me. Oh god. There's
The
goblin. The
train,
general
honestly.
of my civilization general. It's like a goblin. Goblin Baron.
What about the integrated kobold?
Kobolds can't integrate in this game. They can't speak. Although you can raid them if you want. They usually have
Go do
some
it.
stuff. I don't know where any of them are.
I only have a mission. That and conquering heaven and hell. On Earth,
The
too.
thing about kobolds is that they're like ridiculously good thieves. So what happens is they
Steal your weapons mid-combat.
no, they go to like the vaults that have angels in them and steal the angels' weapons
Oh, then you're fucked.
and armor from. And so you'll go to the kobold's like little shitty like cave, and it'll be full of like divine metal and like cloth and stuff. For whatever reason. I mean, raiding things is really useful now because you go and raid stuff. There's really nothing that opponents can stop you.
Is this singular demo man going to cap our point?
Oh crap, I'm gonna run out of fucking. Hey guys, you need to start this now. God. I hate that the calculation for movement doesn't take into account tiles you can't move through. Pathfinder.
Why is it that? Does it generate new terrain as you go, or is it just not good enough?
No. The thing is, the only time this really is an issue is when you're mining on 2 different layers, 2 different levels, one above the other. They will mine in front of them, next to them, next to them, and then they'll go. The next closest block is directly above them, so they'll go run around all the way around and mine that instead of just mine the block 2 squares away from them.
I see. Drinking pitch, hey Geekster. Yeah, playing some good old TF2 instead of Toho. Was goddamn and terrible at that game, and it's painful trying to get better.
So I need a kitchen. Shop. Oh, that should probably be on the surface, not on the ground. Whatever. No water. Not
No!
an issue. We don't have water
Gravity.
yet. Well, I know what I'm gonna do now, I guess. I'll set this. So,
Oh, this is not the. Oh, mistakes were made.
I have some bag. Good. You. One. Glass floor? Oh, that is. Glazier.
Why do you do that though? This game is a
Well,
literal masterpiece. High skill ceiling, but also low skill floor for the most part. I mean, yeah, low skill floors. And the movement is just great for an FPS.
No. F. R. There we go. Last.
Teleporter down.
The thing you have to do about Dwarf Fortress is make a large peasant class board. That's very important.
There's a thing this game has its character. And it's just timeless.
Having a large peasant class is always very important for
Speed.
all public work.
There's a pyro as well. Oh, there's the speed. This guy didn't notice. But this guy started playing March 19, 2019. Still a lot of new blood in this game.
I have alpacas.
Dude,
What am I supposed to do with alpacas?
Sweaters, probably?
I mean, I can do that, like... But, like, I can't feed them, so I'm probably just gonna have to butcher...
Yeah, the art style in this game is just timeless.
The
It doesn't look
peahen,
old.
That's useful, I guess.
Feels
Puppy.
great to play. Movement is
Someone
great, doesn't feel
has a
clunky.
tamed peahen, so like a... You know, a female peacock.
And as little as it is
Someone
updated
has a
now, it's not like it
puppy.
really needs new stuff.
Yeah, all the alpacas are just
Other than, you know,
following whoever.
putting actual thought into competitive would be nice for this game. A little bit of money, please, Valve. I give up my good spawn. Oh. Everything just flew so close to me. He has the triple jump. Yes. It has just enough quake in it to be great, like movement-wise. Even as a scout, movement is like you can't really tell a good player from your average Joe just by how well they move. But it's not like imperative that you master it, be proficient at the game like a Quake. Speaking of movement, killing jumps left and right. Oh yeah, you can have custom hit sounds, and you can also have custom death sounds that play when you kill somebody. They're called dinglings. You could always change the hit sound, but I don't know, like, quote unquote recently, like 4 years ago, you were able to change the kill sound. And they also added like a bunch of pre-made sounds that you can choose from, so you don't have to like go put in a .wap file somewhere in your folder. And with console, well, previously only through console you could change the. I don't remember what it's called, but how deep or high pitched the sound is, depending on how much damage you deal relative to what is the maximum amount of damage you can deal. So if you hit like a headshot as a sniper, you get a really deep, like a deeper sound. Or if you get chip damage, like I was getting with a scattergun most of the time, you get high pitched version. Whoa! Oh, there's a web page. Actually, that web page died. Was merged to one that is called HUDs.tf. Go to HUDs.tf, where you can, look for custom HUDs that are not terrible, like the default HUD. There used to be a page separate that just for hit sounds.
Is P stored in the balls?
Where people upload whatever they want. You can find a bunch of shit there. I actually uploaded this to that. It's called Mukyu. The kill sound is Pchun. It's from Toho. Probably wouldn't know that. That was a really deep Mukyu. Wow, 14 damage kill. Do you know what Toho is? Probably don't. But it's basically from... Toho is basically a series of bullet hell shooters. An obscure dodging game from Japan. It's been going for like 20 some years. Has plenty of characters. As Hannah says, hello Hannah. Terrible game, don't play it. And it has like fan-made content. Doujins, which are basically Japanese comics. Fan games, fan animes even. And that book Q is from one of the fan animes. And the Pichun, when I killed somebody, just did that sound from the games when you die. Pichun. Pichun. Oh. Medic, please. Also, there's plenty of music. Like, fan-made music. Like, there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of songs and albums. This playlist I'm listening to right now is almost a month long. And it's a curated version of just the kind of stuff I like to listen to. So there's a bunch of classical, jazz, and other nice stuff. And it's all based on Toho. Ooh, bad. Well, Pop's tailmates. Couldn't switch fast enough. Ugh. I accidentally switched classes. I pressed shift instead of control while pressing a button. Oh, I missed! Didn't matter! Have fun with that. Whatever it is you're doing. Oh, this guy got wrecked. Ow. Thank you for watching, by the way. Why can't I move with a scout on top of me? I missed! I died for nothing. Oh no, he killed Ned. How did I get a mini crit? Oh, there's no gun. I fucked up. Ammo. Did Solar die? No, he didn't die. Not die. I deserve that kill. Oh. He deserves that kill. Dude, he died! Got him. Somehow, he backed into that. metal war. Boy. Ah, yeah. This. That's not what that guy wanted to do.
The control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being contested.
On a roll all of a sudden.
I'm moving this. There's a spy creeping around here.
Ah, look, we're on a literal roll of all of a sudden. Okay, that works out. No!
Plant yourself on the point, mister.
Why does everybody leave?
They're dying, we keeps. When they teach you this shit at school.
Up on that darn point, mister.
No.
You're gonna die.
What's happening?
Guys really fixated on me. That was a bad mood. And mad. Ah, bad move. English.
Is this competitive?
What? I'm not looking at Discord right now, by the way.
Are you Nico?
What? Oh, you're looking at my stream? No. Just a pub.
Alert. Our control.
I just looked at chat, I hadn't noticed. Sizer would one-shot me. Does Sizer even play the game anymore? I don't think he does. Who is even left now that ESEA is not going to do any more TF2?
I don't know. I feel like all the old TF2 pros when we played it are just gone.
Probably
Yes.
moved to Overwatch.
The best people that played this game either went to Overwatch or quit. Platinum
Except
quit.
Banny.
TLR just, like played Quake Champions for a bit. TLR had a new video out last week for a new shooter.
Yeah, it's like Portal plus Halo 3.
Oh, you gotta link me that shit.
Bruh, TLR is like a god amongst men.
Yeah, dude, he stole a trophy and came on it.
What? Wait, what?
It was when Check 6 won a LAN. That is the only LAN TLR has won, I believe. Because TLR carried the shit of their team. And he thought only the captain was going to keep the trophy. He didn't know there were going to be replicas made out of it. Even to everyone. So, trophy went missing, and it was in his car, and there was some drama, and he gave it back. And then, this is probably not true, but people were saying that it had cum stains.
It's probably just a defamation of character kind of deal.
Yeah.
Alert. The control point has been contested.
Hit metal. God metal. Oh wait, that's
Wait, so what the heck is this shooter he has? Oh, is this like a... It's like... It's like... This is
Game
like
is
Portal.
Slipgate Arena Warfare.
Dude, this is like...
it's literally Halo maps with Halo weapons and portals.
This is like... There comes a point where you have too many tools at your disposal.
This one's not too bad.
Kaleidoscope. So you can...
Alert. The control point is being contested.
He
Like-
just poops on them.
Dude, this game looks... This game does look awesome, in a way.
Well, it can't be bad since it's basically Halo 3 multi. Right?
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
also been playing Quake Champions, which doesn't look like a bad game.
It's not. Sadly, I tried to play the other day. I hadn't played it in months, but for whatever reason it was taking up 10 gigs of my RAM. Like it was
Jeez.
topping on my 16 gigs. The rest was on, you know, not the game, or other things I was running, so it wasn't possible for me to play. Bummer.
I feel like I could get into old Quake.
Quake 3 was a good game.
Like,
Is
People-
anybody play it anymore?
yeah, it's the people who
Yeah.
are really good at the game because they have like tens of thousands of hours on it, so it's really hard to get into because you just get destroyed.
Yeah, that's the thing that I worry about. Does it have the TF2 issue of like there's nobody new that ever plays it?
TF2
Yeah.
doesn't have that issue. I got killed earlier by some guy who had a mercenary medal from March this year.
Dude, I'm so like salty that I missed out on that window by like a month to get a silver one versus a bronze one.
Poopy one.
Because my medal will be 10 years old this and it's like a
Wild.
bronze mercenary medal, you know.
It's a sniper, help me!
Does TLR just play games for a living, or does he actually have a job?
Probably has a job.
No, he never did it for a living.
He's just really good.
He's very good at it. He's won tournaments, but like he never won.
He
a
only
LAN.
won a LAN. The one with
What is
the one where he stole the trophy is the only LAN he ever won.
No, he won a Quake tournament, but
Oh,
the
yeah,
pri-
Insta-Gibbs
the,
though,
pri-
yeah.
the prize was like a PC.
Not bad. I know Pure
Probably was even as good as the current one.
Yeah, I know Pure went to Overwatch.
Over
but I
main.
feel like
A lot of people did. Fucking Harblue did. Seagull did. Muma did. Late. Fucking Muma.
Oh man.
Seagull became like a variety streamer. Seagull's like discount Shroud.
Yeah, but there's a thing though. Seagull is the best roamer to ever grace the TF2 video game.
he really was. He was
I
amazing.
like this demo man more.
Yeah. I miss the times where every EACA LAN finals was Benny's team versus Platinum's team.
What does Platinum do now?
Yeah, never forget
I know.
that Platinum had a full-time job.
I can't build here.
The death of TF2 was when Pyromancer.
Why is that?
Was his name Pyromancer or was something, man? Salamancer.
Pyromancer.
Caster?
Yeah. Yeah, he was like the bridge, and Marxist tried to be the bridge after that, but nobody cared.
They were just done.
Like, Sal was the original guy that was like, BSC is gonna fucking ban us if we keep saying raped. So like he's the guy who coined the term "he got destroyed."
Really? That seems
Yeah.
like so generic to be coined this late in VGA gaming history.
It literally spawned from the fact that people kept saying that he got raped. But like you know, in the early 2010s, people started moving beyond it.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Oh, whoops.
Teleporter coming right up.
What an idiot.
Backing up. That there wasn't getting any lighter.
I probably can move my shit up.
Moving out. That was getting Sentry going up. That there wasn't getting any lighter.
Man!
We have captured the control point.
Building a sentry. Moving out.
Guess that's better than Foundry. Okay. Missed!
Do you guys like how I look all geared out?
Did I miss everyone? Oh, they just didn't bother coming out.
The control point is being captured. Victory.
Oh, that was a quick map, I guess. Wow. Standing? What the hell? Want to vote? Greatest use of a crate streak.
Alert. The control point has been captured.
That's a match.
Great. Fucked.
Get to it.
Alert. The control point is being contested. Control point is being captured. The control point is being contested. Sure.
He shoot me, he can see my health. There you go.
Our control point is being captured. Control point. The control point is being captured.
brazen.
Alert. The control point is being captured. Alert. The control point is being captured. The control point is being captured. Competition begins. 60 seconds.
Ah, I thought I was gonna hit him. Who builds a telly in this stage? What the hell? Wow, hit the headshot. God.
Alert. Our control point is being captured. Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Why is everyone dying, dude? This is an interesting sentry gun. This guy is brand new.
Control point is being captured.
Classic cross map crit. Where's the medic? Dealing with spies, I see. There was an attempt. That guy tried. Everyone's dead. Just me. Raid, I guess it's better than well. Oh, almost. Ah.
The engineers are bloody spy! Who's up for a throw? On 3. 1, 2, 3! Damn, this game
Got him.
Prepare to complete in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gotham balloons!
The control point is being captured.
Ease. Oh, fucking frames, eh? Question is why. How do I jump with this thing? Ah. No! No! My banner! Where did this guy come from? That engine spawns behind me or some shit. How did he get there? Did it! Finished the round! I have a medic now, what the fuck? The scout or the medic? That was the scout who I killed. Oh, name tag.
The control point has been captured.
Goes there. Who goes there? Winkeeps, please.
Dob, tell me about your fishing.
I did some good fishing today. Got the whole family out to go fishing.
Did you fish?
I did.
You get anything?
I did. I caught some very nice fish. I'll post a picture of one that I got. This one that I'm gonna post. He was a chunky boy, probably about 15 inches long. Would have been really. I mean, not these. I've kept some before. But not these guys.
You only keep the choice ones.
No, it depends on what I'm doing that day. Like that guy right there, he was a chunky one.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. So I have that one, and then let me post. I have this one that I caught a few days ago. This is a guy I caught a couple days ago, and these are the types of trout that I'd keep and I would eat if I was gonna eat. But the logistics of the way I fish essentially is that I get out to the water and I try and be there as close to sunrise as I can be. So like today we got there at 7 a.m., which is a little late for my tastes. Preferably I'd get there at like 6 a.m. But then I do that and I usually fish for about 5 to 6 hours until noon. So I need a container to put trout in that would hold ice for ideally like 8 hours, like without it melting. And then I have to have it portable enough to where when I am basically, I don't stand at one spot for a long time, like more than like I'd say 10, 15 minutes. So I'm constantly walking around, moving around,
crit!
and carrying an ice chest on my back.
That got me
is a pain in
killed!
the fucking ass.
Are you moving around because the fish get privy, or are you just trying to feel out other areas?
Kind of a little bit of both. So early in the morning, where I fish basically is a is a man-made runoff from the dam. It's called the Sipsey Fork. It's below the Smith Lake Dam in Alabama. So it's completely man-made, man-controlled, controls the flow, and the water that's coming out of it is year-round ice cold because it's coming off the bottom of Smith Lake, which is like 100 feet deep at its deepest parts, probably 200 feet deep.
Nice.
And what'll happen is that the trees on either side of it are just massively tall in comparison to the water level. So the sun doesn't hit the water until I'd say 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. And once the sun hits the water is so clear that the fish can see everything very, very well. So when I first get there early in the morning, I can stay in one spot for an hour or two, and constantly catch fish out of it because they can't see super well, so they're not noticing their buddy getting snatched out of the water, or they're not noticing the lure the first time they see it. Oh, it's new. But once the sun comes up and they become privy to what's going on, then yeah, if I, I'll probably, I can see the fish, because I have polarized sunglasses and the water is that clear. I can see the fish, and I can usually watch them come up to my fly, and they'll either take it or they'll turn away from it. And if they turn away from it 3 or 4 times, then it's like, all right, they're just uninterested in it. I'm doing nothing by just sitting here and casting it to them over and over and over again. So I'll go to a different hole and cast at a different fish and see if they are interested. They're gonna fight, and so I just kind of move around like that, kind of later in the day, and just, it's not conducive to where if I catch, I have a limit of 5 trout per person per day that I can catch out of that water and keep. There's no size limit to it. So if there's a bit of the game of the bite really dies down kind of later into the day, like we're talking 11 a.m. past, because the sun is just overhead, beaten down, and the fish spook very easily. So it's the game of, well, I've caught my 5 in the first hour I've been here. Do I want to keep those 5 in the chance that I'm not going to catch any more, or will I maybe catch a late day chunk that's a beautiful fish, really good keeper, and then I can't keep them because I already have 5,
Now, these reflective shades, or not reflective, these polarized sunglasses, you said you use those to see in the water, but do they get rid of the reflection?
Yes. So essentially, the way I've been described is they cut off a certain wavelength of sunlight. If you kind of tilt your head to the side, you'll see glare in a different way. So they're essentially they're angled in such a way of the lens that only a fraction of sunlight comes in, and that basically cuts an enormous amount of glare off the top of the water, so you can see into the water very well. So they are worth every penny that I have paid for them. I bought them 10 years ago for $200, and ever since then they have been one of the best purchases I think that I've made as far as a product goes. They're just, bar none, worth every penny I've paid for them.
You were saying the fish spook easier later in the day. Is that just because they can see the surface?
Yeah, they can just see everything much, much better. So they get really, you have to, in the morning, I'll use line that's not significantly thicker, but thicker than what I use when it gets really, really bright out. And I'll also maybe, the fly line you can see coming off my pole there is very thick and has a distinct color to it. Well, the line that I use to attach that fly line to the fly is clear. And later in the day, I have to make that clear line longer so they don't get spooked by the fly line as easy. So there's a couple components that go into it, but essentially it's a little bit trickier to catch fish later into the day than it is right when you get there early in the morning.
Right. So, is there a benefit to fishing at dawn compared to at dusk, if that's the case?
Really, that's just kind of, I would say, is they're they kind of feed throughout the day. Fishing when it's dawn and dusk. So trout don't have eyelids, so the sun kind of hurts their eyes in a sense. So at dawn and dusk, that's when it's the perfect time for them to feed, essentially, because they can see well enough to where they can see all of the different bugs and insects that fall on top of the water, as well as all the subsurface insects and small bait fish and things like that are below the water, and they can see that very well, and the sun doesn't hurt their eyes. So they're really, really active at dawn and dusk. So they're just much, so those times are the best. And basically what I'll do is, because I'm out there, you see I have those, I kind of look like a dork in all that kind of get up there. I have waders on that are completely waterproof, as well as my shoes. So I'll get out, waist deep in the water and be casting early in the morning. So basically what I wait for is, as soon as I feel comfortable getting out waist deep in the water, as far as light-wise go, I can just see barely enough to where I'm confident in my wading and I'm not going out in the dark, that's when I start fishing. because that's when they really start feeding, is when it just starts to get a little bit light out.
I assume that kind of white face mask is what for.
That's for sun, so that's they call it a sun. So yeah, basically I don't trust like all the little cracks and crevices on my ears and my neck and all that shit. Like, it's like one sunscreen actually has chemicals in it that can damage fly line because fly line's made out of PVC, I think, and that's something about how that works. Same thing with like bug spray. So it's just like you see in that picture, I'm wearing like white gloves and I wear that white sun mask because it is much more effective at keeping sun off my skin than anything else.
Look
there. Look at you.
Now, I went to my friend's commencement yesterday that was all outdoors and there were no clouds, and I wish I used sunscreen.
Yeah, no, I lived in Florida for 20 years, and I'm like, I don't care what people think. I'm always, when I'm outside like that, I'm wearing sun gator, I'm wearing long sleeve shirts, long pants, and now I have all stuff that's very breathable and comfortable to wear in hot weather, but I don't, like, I hate getting sunburned. It is the worst fucking thing.
Well, the Greeks have it down pat. You wear those white linen pants.
Oh yeah.
We were joking with somebody. Somebody had a vacation to Greece last month.
Mm-hmm.
We were bugging him to get those white linen pants, but he's an absolute mad lad.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I went Wednesday and then I went today with the family. It was a really fun time.
Yeah, you organized this for your family?
Pretty much. I mean, my dad said, "Hey, we should go sometime. Bring everybody." I'm like, "Okay, we can go." Sunday is good because it's a dam. They do release water sometime, and when they release water, the water level rises by about 10, so it is completely unfishable whatsoever. So today they weren't going to release water. The weather was good. It was sunny. It was warm. Because what sucks sometimes is that it'll be cold at like 50-ish degrees in the morning, and because you're sitting in 50-degree water and the air is also 50 degrees, it gets pretty fucking cold. So you want to wear a jacket and some maybe a layer or two to kind of stay a little bit warm.
GAMOV 50 degrees is like 10 CF.
Yeah.
So cold.
Yeah, it's not like brr, 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 I'm freezing, but it's cold. You want to wear, and then it'll jump to like 85 to 90 degrees, kind of at like 11 a.m. So you're like, God fucking damn, I'm just sweating like a motherfucker, and you want to be in the water because it's what keeps you at a good temperature. Like your bottom half is freezing and your top half is boiling, but overall you're like, okay, I feel all right. But today it was like, all right, it was going to be high 60s in the morning and then get up to high 80s in like midday, and like, okay, that's pretty good for fishing. You don't have to wear a lot of extra layers. And yeah, it was just the right day to go fishing. Generally, like, there's a lot of ways to time it to where you have the absolute best chance to just slam fish. So you want to do things like, today is a Sunday, so on the weekends this place is really crowded. You see a lot of fish get a lot more pressure, so they'll be a little bit spookier.
Got him.
They release fish. This is not natural. They have to stock these fish, so they stock them every 4 weeks. So usually it's like, I've been noticing they do it usually on the 21st of every month. So they'll be stocking them here in the next week back into the river, and then those fish, depending on where they come from, usually take a week or so to get really acclimated back to the water to where they're confident to feed. So like the best time to fish them would be not this coming week, but the week after that, and you'd fish them probably like on a Wednesday because they got pressured hard Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You let them relax Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They're kind of back into the groove, and that, like, Wednesday morning would be a really good day to go. the reality is that's hard to time, and I just go fishing whenever I absolutely can, and I usually still have a pretty good chance at catching them, you know.
Just because you're that good, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like I
Master
know
fisherman.
I know the spot. Like I have fished there enough. Like I know the spots that produce fish well. I kind of know where they hang out. I know what the like that pink worm will catch those fish all day long. They just love those fucking things. They actually hit some topwater beetles pretty well today, and that was fun. When you fish on topwater, that's always really fun because you can watch the fish come up and take your fly. That's always just cool to see.
Do you ever say baited once they bait? I mean bite the
No.
bait.
I usually say, "Oh, got him,
Got him.
got him." Yeah, that's what I say. And then I say, "Easy boy, easy, ooh, easy." To try and get him back in. Like that chunky guy, that the first fish I posted, I probably fought him for probably 45 seconds or so. So it was a good little fight because I usually just haul them in. But these two fish that I posted were both of good size for being down
Big
there. They're
boyos.
probably 14, 15 inches. So
Big boy. Yeah, I need to find some spots to fish again. I went silver salmon fishing with my dad a couple years ago.
Oh, I love to go. I really enjoy this type of fishing. There's some fishing that sucks dick, but this fishing allows, like, at least when I go fishing like this, I can be in the water, and that, oh my god, it's just so nice to be able to cool off like this. Let's see, where's those pictures? But there's also a game with this place, and that is, there are times where, because of the nature of being below a dam, sometimes you're just gonna get basically pushed out because they release, like, they have a schedule for when they release water, but they'll just sometimes just release water. You know, it's just unscheduled, they'll just let it go. And it's like, well, shit.
I find it interesting in, like, the world of fish, there's a lot of places that get artificially stocked. But in, like, actual mammal hunting, it's the exact opposite. They need to kill large swaths of deer sometimes to control population.
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing right now. Chronic wasting disease is a huge issue right now for deer, and it's, I believe, a federal offense currently to transport live or dead deer across state. Yeah, so chronic wasting disease is basically a prion disease that comes from the brain matter of deer. I don't know exactly how it got started, but it's like fucking terrible for the deer.
There was two
Oh, that didn't hit him.
I wouldn't call
apparently.
them conservationists. So they're like nature scientists.
Yeah.
They were on Joe Rogan talking about this last year, and it was very fascinating because it's literally a death sentence.
Oh,
but they'll walk around and spread it for like months.
Oh yeah. So there is huge. I won't call incentive, but there is absolute reason to go and hunt deer. You know. It isn't just, oh, we just shoot them because we like to. It's like, well, people do enjoy it, but there is a completely legitimate reason to go and just shoot deer sometimes.
Yeah, and deer are very docile. It's very easy to get close to them to kill them. Like, one funny thing I fucking heard one day is that deers are kind of accustomed to the sound of, like, rustling in the bushes by, like, quadrupeds. But bipeds, they make a slightly different sound, so they're not fazed by it. But another very interesting thing that I noticed, and somebody, like, backed this up, I think it was on Joe Rogan, is that they can't associate any kind of noise with the noise a bicycle makes.
Oh yeah.
Really?
So you can literally, like, go 10 miles an hour, like, 5 feet from a deer, and it won't do anything.
It just doesn't recognize the noise.
Fucking dumbass deer.
So, fucking mounted hunting on fucking bicycles?
The way I
Bicycle
usually
for two.
Yeah.
Bicycle
Front guy
hunting, dude.
to steady your aim.
It's
The way
like
people usually hunt deer is they just wait and let the deer come to them. So
So yeah, like the difference between hunting and like population control is that you don't really care where you shoot them if you're trying to control population. The big thing that hunters try to do is get a clean kill so the deer doesn't feel anything.
try and shoot them.
And that's a lot harder.
You try and go for like the heart. You try and hit them right in the heart so they just drop and die immediately.
Yeah, my dad always said if the deer's like right to its side to you, but facing away a little bit, and that way you can get both lungs and the.
Yep. The one time I've only been deer hunting one time, and the one time I went hunting, I shot him. It was a doe, and they were looking at me essentially, and I shot him right in the middle of the chest, and it went in the heart, and they just dropped dead like that. It's just immediate. And then you just kind of let them, because usually they'll feel they don't feel pain, they feel a thud, and then they just pass out from blood loss, and that's and then you just don't immediately walk up to them because they're like, you let them basically fall asleep and die.
Yeah, and
You give them 5 minutes.
on top of that, it's really good to get the heart because it'll stop pumping blood. Because what happens if you do a headshot or a gut shot?
Yeah.
Is that adrenaline's going to be pumping through its body until it dies in the next couple minutes, and that absolutely ruins the taste of the meat.
Yeah.
Like it makes it so bad. So it really incentivizes people to like actually shoot them good.
Yeah.
Oh man, that adrenaline taste, you know? Isn't there like practice China killing dogs in like by boiling them alive so that they
No, that's
specifically that
crabs.
happens?
what?
That's like frogs or crabs, not dogs.
Why would
There
you
are
let them
things-
for dog?
You would not do that to a mammal, but there's like the reason why they like slow boil crustaceans is mainly because the fresher the better, and they don't associate crustaceans with having feelings.
Oh.
Like lobsters, well, first off, crabs are assholes, but lobsters are just chill. You know, if you pick up a lobster, it won't even try to snap you. It like accepts its fate and like curls up.
Yeah, with lobsters, what they do sometimes is they'll take a knife and push it right through their head to kill them instantly right before they put them in the boiler, but it still keeps them very, very fresh. Because if you do put them in the boiler, they kind of thrash around and make a mess, and it's not that great.
Yeah, they're in like high cuisine Asian stuff. They serve like live squid, and then they like cook it for 30 seconds as it's dying, and then they serve it. But that's some like highfalutin shit. Because squid itself is very hard to fish like that.
Y'all ready for Game of Thrones tonight?
I'm ready to be done with it.
I have never watched it. AMA.
What does cock taste like?
I wouldn't know when it's not gay.
I don't watch Game of Thrones. You know, for being such a subversive show, they've only had like one major gay character, and he got.
And he got yeeted off real quick.
Yeet!
I don't know why anybody thought Renly was a good choice. Not gonna lie.
I'm gonna go eat dinner. I'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Just go. Nothing else.
So, boom. 1, 7. 7. 1.
Dun, 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 dun.
The control point is being contested.
Right. Well, I fell asleep earlier for like an hour.
When you were here,
Yeah, when I wasn't here, I literally went and laid down for a moment and I just fell asleep.
you not go to bed early enough?
No, I did. I was just exhausted the
Hmm.
day.
I dealt 300 damage and he was on fire.
However,
How is he
now,
alive?
I'm back to my library, my giant wheel.
Giant wheel of knowledge.
Yeah, I have to like figure out where we're not. So I have to put all the different industries in here that I normally have, but then I have to put like big old giant ass farms and shit to farm all this farm all the paper and shit. So kind of annoying that I don't have any water.
Yeah, you kind of need water to grow trees for paper.
Well, you don't do trees for paper. There's a plant you grow.
Oh, so
Like-
what do you do? Papyrus?
You basically you can make papyrus. You need to have papyrus to do that. There's a plant called pigtail.
Pigtail.
Yeah.
The control point is being captured.
Okay. So, do I want to do? I guess I'll some quantum stockpiling. Actually, I gotta fix. Yeah, I gotta make industry. I gotta make some industries, food, drink, the like, because otherwise we'll all die.
Yep.
I also have to make some glass, a bit of glass making stuff, only a little bit. I also have to make, then I have to make a little bit of forging, a little bit. I gotta make a couple weapons, I think.
You think? I mean, at some point you're going to fight. At least the necromancer there are right next to you, right? You have like a tower right next to
Yeah.
you.
True.
Random crits.
I really shouldn't have started in where I started. I wanted to do this, but
But you're not a pussy, dude. You did the right thing.
well, I still haven't even started the library. Like, I have the setup for it, but I don't have the like I'm carving out the rock to do it. Put it.
Just don't
put it
have
in, but
the people to write the books.
yeah.
You're a critical thinker. Just hope to God he doesn't turn out to be a video game journalist.
Thanks, lad.
The control point is being captured.
Oh, okay. Wait, what happened to my flare there? Oh, that's. I thought he was moving the sentry.
The control point is being captured. Mission ends in 30 seconds. The control point is being captured. Mission ends in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have lost the control point.
Ah, dispenser, protect me! Thank God. Dispenser is gone though. still on a spy.
Alert. Our last control point is being captured.
Prepare to complete in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get moving.
Let's have a go at it. Come still.
Interesting.
Is your internet fucking up again?
But I'm fine.
Gary, did you see S-Fan's new video?
No.
So, like, you know how there's that thing that was reported as a bug but not, about how if you get crit while doing /sit, it doesn't proc, like,
Yeah.
things for the guy that hit. The talent readout for Paladin that, like, has a
Idiot.
chance to...
What are you doing?
Not has a chance. Like, when you get crit, you take less damage. Just silly because it's in the prot tree, but it's like it's like in the first tier, so you can get it for other specs. Now, S-Fan figured out that if you /sit and stand at the exact instant you get meleeed, it will always proc, regardless of if you're crit.
So you just take less damage.
You can just, like, time that shit and always have readout go.
That's pretty funny. Wait, do I not actually have... Am I an idiot?
You want me to answer that question?
Yeah, I don't actually have sand. I have loam. So that means I can't make glass. I don't have any.
Less.
It's not a big deal. Easy to fix. What I can do, however, dig down far enough to get some that good mag stuff. The good stuff.
Stuff.
Dr. Pavel, I'm CIA.
I have to remove all the shit over here.
Oh.
Here.
Nice glitch. How did I miss that? Oh my god.
Spy around here. The soldier is a spy.
Oh, that's why they weren't moving that. It all makes sense.
Makes sense.
They weren't moving the food to this location because they didn't have
Thanks, mate.
they didn't have barrels enabled in the shop. How do I pull this to butcher this alpaca? Did start doing.
What gonna blow inside your head? All over 4 counties.
Well, I guess this. I don't do that. Whatever. Well.
How did I not die?
The goblin outpost liaison has arrived. I don't have anything to give them.
I'll get creative.
Literally don't have anything. There's nothing I can make. It's not true, actually. I just have to make a forge. Like a couple.
Bloody bogan.
So a sniper. There he is. Fuck, you got me. Follow or follow? Ah, dude.
The control point is being captured.
You wish of our merch. All the.
We have lost the control point.
Being bound. Whoa! Surprise Pyra.
What will they buy from me? Maces, spears, short swords, block, plants, flint scepters, large gems, prepared meals, crutches, anvils, and generic cap.
Is there like a distinct difference between weapons? Are they useful in different ways?
Well, an axe can cut off limbs, whereas a mace cannot. Yeah, where am I gonna dispose of all this shit?
This guy not like Build-A-Bear?
Come on. Oh god. over.
Yeah.
Nice. Number sentry.
We have captured the control point.
Competition begins in 10 seconds.
Okay, I think that's gonna be it for now. Enough for today. Although I didn't stream Toho. Whatever, tomorrow is another day. Thank you guys for watching.